Welcome, beautiful Leo, to your love reading. Let's see together what is really going on in this connection. And I have pre-shuffled the cards, and we are going to see into three different things, like how you see the connection, how your person is seeing the connection, and what is basically really going on. So let's see how you see the connection. I have three different cards for how you are seeing the connection. So how you are seeing your connection is that you probably see this connection as something worth working on. You also believe that probably in this connection, like, the effort will build something for the future, and I had a feeling like you're also kind of like willing to invest your time or energy in this connection, or you see potential for teamwork. What else? You want mutual effort from your partner, and from you basically are ready to give the mutual effort. And also I had a feeling like you're this kind of person who is kind of like showing the love through action, not like words or something like this, but definitely you are like showing the love through action. And when I'm looking at your energy, you are very loyal, you are very consistent with the effort, you are very emotionally invested in this relationship, and I feel like also you want something real from life or from this connection or in general, and you don't want something casual, you don't want to give up easily. Basically, you really are invested in this, and also you are holding very tightly into this connection. So maybe you also have some kind of like a fear of losing what you already built in this connection, or when I'm also looking at the cards, you kind of prefer the security over the risk in general or in this connection, or something. It can also be, when I'm looking at these three cards together, like there is this kind of like dynamic, like that you are doing more emotional work, or you're kind of like trying to keep things very, very stable, because you have basically three cards of the same, like the pentacles and or the coins, and they're talking about like very stable things in your life. So kind of you are trying to keep the things stable, and you may even stay in this connection when your needs are not met. So also be a little bit careful about this, like be careful if you are not staying in connection and if your needs are being met. So this was the first pile. The second pile of the cards, what I have is how your person see the connection. So how they see the connection. Let's see what I'm kind of like getting. So I had a feeling like they feel, this person you are currently dealing with, like there is no spark in the connection right now, or there's some kind of desires or passions blocked on their side, and also they're kind of like emotionally, I would say, disconnected from this relationship or this connection currently at the moment, because they need space. Okay, they need space. They are very mentally overwhelmed, because we have two cards that are talking about mental things, and they are very mentally overwhelmed. They are kind of like tired of thinking about the connection. They are very, very tired of thinking all the time. It can be also overthinking, actually. So they are kind of like maybe avoiding the action, or they are kind of like withdrawing instead of communicating with you, because also the swords are talking about communication side of them. Like they're kind of like retreating instead of communicating. Or it can also be anxiety, it can be overthinking at night, is basically the card suggesting guilt. They are maybe feeling guilty, they are worrying maybe about hurting you as well. Or also maybe for some of you, of course this is like a collective general reading, but for some of you I feel like this person is also stressed by the expectations, or they don't know what they truly want. It can also be for some of you, of course. Or, you know what I'm also getting, like maybe they're also afraid that they're going to make the wrong choice, and they feel also pressured rather maybe than feeling excited, is what I'm kind of like getting. So also I have a feeling like this person may kind of like pull away when things are getting serious, or they're kind of avoiding intimacy with you currently. I have a feeling like and they don't want to address problems. Of course, like I said, general reading, take what is feeling right for you. Okay, so they are currently, your person, very much stuck in their head, is what I'm getting. Not in their heart, definitely. I had a feeling like not in their heart, but in their head they are very, very stuck. But let's see kind of like what is really going on, like the objective thing, okay? The objective reality, or what's going on. So when I'm looking at the cards, I feel like this connection is meant to teach you some kind of lesson, okay? It's definitely meant to teach you a lesson. It can also trigger some, I would say, some values about commitment, about self-worth. Okay, also think about this. And when I'm looking at the cards, I feel like the one person is giving maybe more than they are receiving as well, is basically what I'm kind of like suggesting, what I'm kind of like seeing when I'm looking at the cards. So it can also be like there is some practical imbalance because we have a Queen of Coins reversed. It can be practical imbalance in this connection. It can be like someone is neglecting themselves in this connection. And everything, like also for some of you, this love can feel more like duty than joy. And also maybe your patience is being tested a little bit with this connection as well. Or what you need to do, definitely compromise is very much needed. There is possible healing, of course. It's possible when I'm looking at all of the cards, but it's going to be slow. The healing is not going to be instant. It's going to be very, very slow, because I have a feeling like this is not fast moving healing. You need boundaries, or in basically in general, this relationship needs boundaries. Balance needs to be kind of restored. Or with the Hierophant, when I'm looking at this card, it can also be like, maybe it's going to be a very specific message, but for some of you, I have found like some traditional expectations may block emotions. Okay, please, you can kind of like take this message how it's feeling. So some traditional expectations are maybe kind of like blocking. So what it can be, some kind of weddings proposal expectation, okay, something like this. Or also when I'm looking at the card, definitely one person is feeling very unsupported. So this is what I'm kind of like getting. And when I'm also looking at the other cards, I feel like this growth is going to come through maturity. It's not going to come through a lot of like passion. So basically the stability is there, but currently the feelings are a little bit blocked. Or I feel like the relationship is kind of like working from the maybe the practical things, but I am not having any cups. So I feel like the cups are also talking about emotions, and I'm missing cups in this reading. So I feel like the relationship is not kind of like working emotionally currently, because I have a feeling like there is definitely emotional withdrawal when I'm looking at the cards. There is fear of intimacy, over responsibility on one side. Emotional burnout is also what I'm kind of like getting. And what else? Like maybe also the security is kind of like replacing the emotions, or the passion is what I'm kind of like getting. So some kind of advice. I had a feeling like you should stop definitely proving your worth through effort, and also you can try to release the control over the outcome of this relationship, and definitely allow them to also heal. And I had a feeling like also choose emotional nourishment for yourself. So definitely focus on the self-love and protect your energy if you need. But the possible outcome is like basically the healing could be there if both of you are going to participate, but you definitely need honestly talk about what's going on, and the stronger boundaries are very much needed. So the final message that I'm looking at the cards, you're kind of building something, they're kind of like withdrawing, and the connection is definitely teaching you something about self-respect, and definitely this balance. And if they're going to heal, it's going to kind of determine the future outcome of this relationship. But yeah, my beautiful y'all, I really feel like that was it, what the universe wanted you to know. So thank you so much for listening. And if you would like to get a personal reading, link is in the description down below where you can book your reading. And also, if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. You can also subscribe to my YouTube channel, because I'm publishing basically every single day new messages. So thank you so much. Until next time, see you.